Hello there, friends. I'm so glad to come across your way today in this African Development Network. It's been a wonderful time. I've been in a series of broadcasts, training sessions on 20 things or 20 reasons why African nations have been finding it difficult to develop, and 20 things we can actually do as Africans to hasten our development. And the African Development Network is a network of professionals, a network of teachers, lecturers, people that are in the educational sector, the media, the entertainment, political governance, people that are in the business and economic sector, people that are into financing, bankers, lawyers, paramedicals, and a whole lot of personalities. As long as you have a vision, as long as you have the passion, as long as you have the drive, there is a hunger in your heart that you want the continent of Africa to experience unusual transformation and development, please, you need to come on board. Because for more than 57, 58 years now, several nations in Africa have actually gotten their independence, but there is nothing to show for the independence. That's why we are waking up everyone that has passion, has vision, that wants to see the emergence of a new Africa to be part of the system. For now, the African Development Network is being sponsored by three basic organizations. Number one, the iGold Africa. iGold means Initiative for Good Governance, Leadership and Economic Development. The second one has to do with the Faith House Leadership Center that is involved in the ethical reconstruction of the continent of Africa, and also the Elite Faith House Company Limited that is pushing financially to make sure that we come across your way. For those of you who are just meeting this video for the very first time, you need to also look at other videos that we've done in the previous editions just through our YouTube channel, and you need to also get connected with us through the website www.i-goldafrica.com. Anywhere you are all over the world, whether you are living in Africa or you are in Australia, you are in any of the Arab nations or American nations or the Caribbean, you need to connect with us, and I'm too sure that you are going to experience unusual transformation as a person. Our commitment is to make sure that we see your vision come to realization. So our responsibility is to create a platform for everyone that has this passion for the transformation of Africa, so that your vision, your passion will come to realization. And I want to let you know that you are the one that the African continent is waiting for. Today, I will be handling the 13th edition of this series of training session, which I entitled 20 Reasons Why the African Continent Has Not Experienced Development, and what we can do to hasten our development. And for today, I'll be handling the session which I entitled No Robust Enforcement of Law and Order. No robust enforcement of law and order. And let me start by saying that any system, any organization, be it a mosque, be it a church, be it a family system, be it a bank or a hospital or a school, where there is no robust enforcement of law and order. Until there is order, there can never be development. Until there is order, there can never be development. Where there is no law, people go haywire. Where there is no law, people go haywire. As long as there is an established law and order in any given system, the development will definitely make advancement. A lot of people in Africa are very, very religious. We believe that things will just work on its own because we pray. Thank God for the place for prayer, but I've come to realize that wherever there is order, wherever there is a law, enforceable law, robust enforcement of law and order, there will always be transformation. Let's take it a little bit further. We find what is prevalent in the African system, in the police and the military or law enforcement systems, where there is no enforcement of law. People just break laws and walk away. People just disobey rules at workplace. Civil servants do not go to work and nobody penalizes them. Nobody disciplines them. There is no enforcement. Everybody is just doing the way he or she likes. Presidents of nations in Africa take advantage of the system. There is no law saying that if you do this, this is what. Even though there are those laws are just there in a document that is called the Constitution or their bylaws, and people just take advantage of the system. People just do whatever they want to do and walk away from that until the African continent, until my country, until your country, East Africa, West Africa, North Africa, and all Africans everywhere begin to embrace the principles of law and order, not just the principles of law and order. And we have a system that can robustly, if there's anything like that, enforce this law and order. People break the red light, people break pedestrian laws, and nobody is penalizing them, nobody is going to jail because of misbehavior. And robbers steal under the guise and the covering and the tappings of government, and nobody stands to let them know that what you've just done is wrong, and it has affected the continent. It has affected our development. So it becomes imperative that as a people, as a nation, we need to begin to understand that what has developed Canada, what has transformed the United States of America, what has actually brought United Arab Emirates to where they are today, is because there are established rules as it relates to governance, established rules as it relates to movement of finances, movement of money, printing of money, and there are established rules and order when it has to do with the judiciary. There are established rules when it has to do with the educational sector. There are established rules when it has to do with copyright. There are established rules when it has to do with impersonation. Not that these rules or laws and orders are just there in a piece of paper that people read and they say the law is there for itself. No, I am a lawyer. I understand what we're going through in our country, Nigeria. Whereas people do not, there is flagrant abuse of law and order, where people walk out of the law, they tell you we are the ones that make the law. These things are not prevalent in developed nations. Any nation that has actually experienced this undeniable, this effective, this outstanding development have been nations that have embraced absolutely the robust enforcement of law and order. So what is our responsibility? The responsibility of the African Development Network is to partner with persons who have passion in that area, people who want to get into systems where they can insist that a certain rule, a certain order must be obeyed by whosoever that is involved. We need to begin to embrace these people. Everyone that is listening to me or watching this video today or watch it later, you have this passion, you want to be part of the system of persons who will insist that the laws of your continent, your laws of your nation, the laws that are prevalent in your community must be enforced. I am not just talking about laws that are just there for purposes of law. I'm talking about laws that are in tandem with equity, good conscience. And as long as these laws are put in place in your business, these laws are put in place in our government offices, these laws are put in place in our federal establishments, these laws are put in place and enforced in our judiciary, you will discover that the African continent will experience transformation. These are all systems. It's just like the law of cause and effect. As long as you do this, this is what you experience. As long as there is no robust enforcement of law and order, there's going to be a whole lot of anarchy. There's going to be a whole lot of zooism. When I mean zooism, I'm talking about a situation where somebody comes up to eat up, an animal wakes up to eat up another animal, or what they call jungism. If there's anything like jungle from the word jungle, where someone comes up and makes his own laws and does anything that he wants to do, and there is no system, there is no structure, there is no organization that is responsible to make sure that people obey laws. This is one of the reasons why the African Development Network wants to partner with you, wants to work with you. If you have a passion to be part of the law enforcement system in your country, please, my beloved, I know you have a lot of agitations in your heart. You're worried why people cross the pedestrian bridge with reckless abandon. You wonder how people import fake drugs and nobody deals with them. You wonder how people do a lot of adulteration in their PMS. People do a lot of adulteration in the medicine that people take. A lot of adulterations everywhere, and nobody is dealing with individuals. There is no law. In fact, even when those laws are available and very clear, you find out that the laws are not enforced. You find out that people that are even the lawmakers that make the laws are the first to break the laws. There's a lot of anarchy. The place looks like a jungle. That's why developed nations that think that Africans have 100 years to be transformed. Even though we have gotten independence, we are still slaves. Slaves in the sense that we have no laws, and where there are available laws, these laws are not enforced. I know that this is a season for Africa. I know that you that is watching me, you have this passion to see that laws are enforced. Please, let's work together. Africa is depending on you. Your country is depending on your community. Your state is relying on your strength, on your expertise, on your finances, on your exposure. So as we work together, we're going to be sure that the continent of Africa, in no distant time, I believe in this continent. I believe in my country, Nigeria. I believe in you, and I know and I'm sure that you are going to be part of the moves that will transform and cause the development of the continent of Africa and the transformation of your state, your community, your church, your mosque, your industry, your school. Let's rise up and work together. Please get across to us on the number that is on the screen, and also check through the website. For those of you who are coming in contact with us for the first time, please, you need to get the other videos. Also click and share with your friends, with your brothers, the like buttons, and share to the share buttons for your friends, your relatives, your governor, leaders in all spheres of influence, your pastor. I want to let everyone know that it's time for us to rise up as Africans and build our continent. Thank you so much. Until I see you on the 14th reason why the African nations are finding it difficult to develop the way we ought to develop. Till I see you next time, my name is Barrister Ken Emmanuel. I'm the international spokesperson of the iGold Africa and the president of the African Development Network. Do have a nice day. Thank you.